If you don't cut back on your sugar intake, you will come down with diabetes. Hey, we are here to learn about phrasal verbs. And what kind of phrasal verbs? 3-word phrasal verbs. I have a question for you. What is the correct answer to this question? He refused to blank his position during the negotiation, even though it was tough. First, option A, give in to. Option B, come along with. Option C, back down from. Option D, cut back on. Find the correct answer to this question. All of these options, give in to, come along with, back down from, and cut back on, are 3-word verbs. They are phrasal verbs consisting of 3 words, a main verb and 2 particles. A main verb like give, like come, like back, and like cut. They are followed by 2 particles like in, to, along with, down from, and back on. And these particles can be either adverbs or prepositions. In this video, we are going to learn 6 advanced 3-word verbs for advanced learners. So let's dive in. The correct answer to this question is back down from. He refused to back down from his position during the negotiation. And what does it mean? Back down from, like back down from a challenge, or back down from an argument. Now the meaning. To back down from means to withdraw from a position, to withdraw from an argument, for example, to withdraw from, to retreat, to concede. As you see here, the synonyms to back down from, to retreat, to concede. Examples. Donald Trump won't back down from his commitment to winning the election. It means he doesn't want to retreat, he doesn't want to withdraw from his position in winning the election. Second example. He had to back down from his stance after realizing the facts were wrong. Yeah, somebody understood that the facts were wrong, yet he refused to withdraw from his stance, to leave his stance, to retreat. He insisted on his stance. So back down from means to withdraw from. And the third example, culturally aware people rarely back down from discussing sensitive topics. Culturally aware, culturally sensitive, I have a video for that. What does it mean to be culturally aware? In another video, I talked about that. Culturally aware people rarely back down from discussing sensitive topics. They rarely withdraw from or retreat from discussing sensitive topics. So, culturally aware people actually do that. They don't back down from it. They face up to it. Another question for you. I need to blank my studies after missing a few classes due to illness. Option A, give up on. Option B, catch up to. Option C, come over. And option D, drop in. Since we are studying 3-word verbs, the option C and the option D are not the correct answers because they are 2-word verbs. So give up on or catch up to. The correct answer to this question is catch up to. I need to catch up to my studies. What does it mean to catch up to something? We are going to study the purple box. Catch up to. Now the meaning. Catch up to means to reach, and to catch something, to get something. When you want to catch up to something, you want to reach to someone or something, or you may want to reach to a level, to a specific level of, for example, education, to a level of, for example, English level, fluency. Catch up to your classes, so it means to reach. Or you may want to update yourself. Whenever you want to update yourself, you may use this phrasal verb. So it is the synonym to reach, and update. Now examples. Unless I dedicate more time, I won't catch up to my classmates' level of proficiency. So you want to catch up to your classmates' proficiency, it means you want to reach. You want to update your English level and reach your classmates. You want to reach your classmates. And unless I dedicate more time, unless is used in conditional sentences, and you can learn that on this video. If not, unless by clicking on the link above if you're interested in advanced grammar, learning conditionals. Next, consequently, I've been studying harder to catch up to my advanced learners in my group. There are some advanced learners in my group that I want to update myself and reach them, so I use this phrasal verb, catch up to. A question for you that I want you to answer in the comments section. After much debate, she decided to blank her initial stance and compromise. What do you do with your stance? After much debate, do you check out of it? Do you show up for it? Do you back down from it or look back on it? Which option is the correct answer? I want you to drop your answer in the comment section and check your answer with other commenters. Now, question number 3. We need to blank the hotel by noon or we'll be charged extra fees. Do you cut back on the hotel? A. Do you check out of the hotel? B. Do you drop out of the hotel? C. Or do you back down from the hotel? Which one is the correct answer? The correct answer to this question is check out of the hotel. But what does it mean? In order to learn that phrasal verb, we're going to study the blue box. Check out of means to leave a place, to leave a place. Like check out of a hotel means to leave a hotel. Also, we use check out without of to investigate something, to check something fully, like check out a resource. Now, examples. I will check out of this hotel early to my morning class. It means I will leave this hotel early to get my morning class. Culturally aware travelers. I have another video, as I told you, culturally aware. Travelers often check out of hotels that don't respect local costumes. They check out of hotels. What hotels? Which hotels? The hotels that they don't respect local costumes. Because culturally aware people don't like to stay in that hotel, so they check out. We have check-in when they want to book a room, and they check out when they want to leave the room in the hotel. In contrast to my last trip, I would check out of this hotel earlier to explore more. In contrast to, unlike, in contrast to. I have another video for talking about contrasts. In contrast to my last trip, I would check out of this hotel. I don't want to stay in this hotel. I want to leave my room in this hotel. I want to leave this room earlier. To what purpose? To explore more. Another question for you. Question 4. To save money, we've decided to blank our dining out expenses. We've decided to blank a verb, a 3-word verb, our dining out expenses. What do we want to do with our expenses? Do we want to give in to A, cut back on, B, come over, C, show up for D? Do you give in to your expenses? Do you cut back on your expenses? Do you come over your expenses, or do you show up for your expenses? And in order to get our answer, we need to study the yellow box. Cut back on. Let's study the meaning. Cut back on means to reduce something, to decrease something. So when we want to cut back on our expenses, we want to reduce our expenses. We want to decrease our expenses. So we can use cut back on with spending, with expenses, or we can use cut back on with time. These are two collocations with cut back on. and the synonyms are reduce and decrease. Yeah, let's study examples. You need to cut back on distractions while studying English. That is very important. To cut back on distractions, to understand what you are studying better. Unless, again, you can check that video that I taught unless in. Unless you cut back on distractions, it means if you don't cut back on your distractions, your focus on studying English will suffer. So it's important to cut back on distractions, so cut back on expenses, cut back on spending, cut back on distractions, cut back on time. Next, you may want to cut back on watching TV if you want to, the sentence is incomplete. If you want to, for example, succeed, if you want to succeed in your business, if you want to succeed in your studying. And next, consequently, I've decided to cut back on my social media, to improve my learning efficiency. Cut back on social media means to reduce the usage of social media, to use social media less and study more. Now, I want you to answer this question in the comment section. The company plans to blank its workforce due to budget constraints. The budget is limited and the company wants to drop in on its workforce, option A, turn out its workforce, option B, cut back on its workforce, option C, and fall apart its workforce, option D. Drop the correct answer in the comment section. Another question. He's trying to blank his sugar intake for health reasons. Option A, cut down on his sugar intake. Intake means consume. Option B, catch up with his sugar intake, his sugar consuming, give up on his sugar intake, or look back on his sugar intake. Now the correct answer is going to reveal for you. We're going to study the green box in order to find the answer to that question. Cut down on. Cut down on means to reduce the amount of something. To reduce the amount of something. So it's so close to the previous phrasal verb we learned. Cut back on. To decrease or to limit the amount of something. Examples. I'm trying to cut down on my use of translation apps while learning. Cut down on your use, it means to reduce your use, to limit your use. Cutting down on procrastination, laziness can help you achieve your goals. So you can use cut down on with waste, with expenses, with use, and with laziness, with procrastination. Cut down on, to limit it. And in contrast to last year, unlike last year, on the contrary to last year, these are contrast expressions. In contrast to last year, I would cut down on unnecessary expenses for language courses. If you are finding this video beneficial, hit the subscribe button to give me support so that I can make you more videos about phrasal verbs and you won't miss out on my next videos. A question for you. As you see, 3-word verbs always need object. Feel free to blank us anytime. Catch on us anytime. So this is the object. Drop in on us anytime. Get away with us anytime. And turn out us anytime. 3-word verbs always need objects. So they are always transitive. Now, which one is the correct answer? Feel free to blank us anytime. We'd love to see you. Catch on us, drop in on us, get away with us, and turn out us anytime. And the correct answer is in this red box. Drop in on. Dropping on someone means to visit someone, pay someone a visit. Like dropping on family, dropping on friends, or dropping on a place. To visit unexpectedly or to stop by. Examples. Sometimes I drop in on my favorite YouTube channels for quick tips. Is this your favorite YouTube channel? Are you visiting unexpectedly or you are a subscriber? I want you to be the second one. Unless you drop in on friends occasionally, your relationships may weaken over time. If you don't drop in on your friends, your relationship may get weaker and weaker. And the last one, consequently, I decided to drop in on a local English club to practice speaking. Drop in on means to visit unexpectedly, to stop by. And a question for you that I want you to drop your answer in the comment section. I might blank my neighbor later to see if she needs help with the garden. Which one of these phrasal verbs come with the object my neighbor? Come over, my neighbor, drop in on my neighbor, check out my neighbor, or back down my neighbor. Try to learn 3-word verbs in context rather than isolation. This boosts your understanding and helps you to improve your vocabulary much better.